It's been snowing every day I've been off, so I decided might as well get used to it, learn to like it. Gotta get my gear ready, gotta hydrate. Fire starter. Paracord. Wool gloves. Tarp just in case, never know. Might need to make a shelter. A whole entire Bible. Genesis to Revelation. Okay, I think we're ready. What I'm really looking for is serenity, a place away from people. I think I just miss living in the country. I've lived in Lexington for, several years, and you'll notice when you live in the city, you're always either in a building, in your house, or in your car, or on a paved surface going between your car and some building. And a couple years ago, I realized how long it had been since I had seen blades of grass or just an ant carrying the wing of some insect. I realized it had been a long time since I'd seen just dirt. Frozen solid. Wouldn't want to go out on it. Here's the spring. This is kind of neat looking. I think it's a spring. Trying to make sure it gives you angle. Look at that. It's like a tunnel. foundation of an old building. There's ducks. So what if you're out in an environment like this? What would you do if you had to build a shelter or build a fire, just like a quick one? Ideally, what you want to do is find like some kind of a wall, like maybe a cliffside, or like a good one is a tree that's been blown over. It brings all the roots and dirt up with it and makes kind of like this little cubby hole with a wall. And you can use that to your advantage. I'm not going to demonstrate it now, maybe in another video another time, but something like this would be just ideal. What I would do if I was out here, hopefully I would have a saw or a hatchet or something. I would clear all the snow out of whatever area I want at the foot of this base, or the foot of this cliff here. And I would build a fire. And I'd bring in as much dry brush as I possibly could and make a great big fire right here. Just throw on as much as you can. Let it burn for a while to dry out the ground. So the ground in this area will be dry. And this rock wall will be heated up, which will reflect heat back onto you. And then I would contain the fire and move it out to about right here, and then try to sleep here between the fire and the rock wall. And then after that, just a little bit of bushcraft. You can take logs or just whatever you can find and build like another wall. And another wall, you can have like a triangular sort of thing. And then some kind of roof, you know, throw some sticks and leaves, just whatever you can find. Whatever can keep the rain off of you if it rains or if it snows. And in a pinch, that would probably get you through. It would keep you warm. If you want to find sticks to build a fire with, you want to find a dead tree. Find the branches that are up off the ground. Just kind of break them off. You'll know they're dry and can be used for firewood if they snap like that. Just get a bunch of small ones though to start out with, like that. You know, it's thinner than a pencil. You can get a bunch of them. But dead trees are the way to go. I show this skill a lot because this is definitely the lifesaver skill. And there's other too, but you know, finding water is one that is really important. But I'm gonna use some of this, like, I guess it's birch bark. I just try to kind of keep it around. And of course, I still use my amber little pieces of pine that I found out and about. This is a ferrule rod. It strike it with steel and it will make a spark. I prefer to use the ferrule rod over a lighter because lighter, I noticed they're not that reliable when it's really cold. One thing you really want to get good at is pulling the ferrule rod toward you instead of throwing the knife out that way. It's hard. Well, as you can see, my fire building wasn't successful. So that's one of the things that you have to prepare for. Is failure. So what would I do? Well, I would keep, if I had that birch bark, I would have to start getting more innovative. With it. But let's say I didn't have that available to me. What else could I use out here? Well, there's really not a lot you can use as tinder out here. If you could find like some old twine like this, you can unwind it and just kind of separate all the little fibers and make a big just pile. That would really work. That's what I've always used. But if I was to try to branch out and use something different, ideally you should just bring something with you and keep it dry and protect it like you're protecting your own life. Because the tinder is the hardest thing, and even if you find flint, where would you find steel? So it takes a lot of people and innovation a lot of times. You might have to go with a whole different method, like rubbing sticks. So that didn't work. So what would I do in a pinch? I would keep trying, get more innovative with what I got available. There's other things that you can use as tinder, but a lot of things don't work. To be honest with you, just crunched up autumn leaves are not going to work. Dry grass rubbed together in your hand, I mean, you can try, but it's probably not going to work very good. Pine needles, nah, they ain't going to work. The best things to have is just bring stuff with you and guard it with your life. Keep it dry. You know, there's some things that if you don't got it, you're done. You know, depending on the weather. So people do die. It happens. But the whole point is to put as much distance between you and the Grim Reaper as you can when you're in the harsh elements. The next thing you need is water. You're gonna get tired fast. You're gonna get real thirsty. Hopefully you'll come across something like this natural spring. It's starting to get kind of late and dark. I kind of felt like a loser giving up. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna find some twine, keep some on hand, and then you just unravel it, you know, like that. It's a little time consuming, but you can unravel it into 3 strands. It wants to wrap it back around itself. And then you just keep doing that until you get your little ball about like this. Kind of want a dry surface. I can use these sticks not only as my tinder, but also kind of as the dry surface I might need to build the thing. We'll try again. I think I'll have better luck with this. Might as well go with the tried and true and at least get a flame. Definitely need to make a point of coming up with other techniques in case one technique doesn't work, right? Come on. Well, so cold weather and fire building aren't friends. See that much right now. So that time the twine burnt all up before it would catch this. So I think what I'll do is I'll put little ribbon this a little bit like that. Kind of see what I'm doing. To kind of give little spots for the flame to catch for that. A flat surface is preferable if you can find a rock. I'm gonna get it fast enough, am I? And I'm about to smother it. See how the snow got inside of here? That's bad news. You get this wet, you're had. So am I trying to build a big fire? Not really. I just wanted to demonstrate that I could. Yeah, there you go. And so building that fire, it's just another, you want to keep doing it over and over, different environments. The next goal is rain. Build a fire in the rain, buddy, you got some skill. What did I learn? I learned that the snow is quiet, very peaceful, very challenging, very deadly, very dangerous. It adds to the mystery, the enigma of creation. It reminds you that you're just a creature, and to be humble, and that God can give and God can take away, and He can take away your life, you know, and that we must rely on Him for so many things that we need all the time. And really, at the end of the day, it's God that sustains our lives. He sustains your heartbeat. If God were to just stop sustaining, everything would cease to exist immediately. He didn't just create it, He sustains it. So He'll provide every little thing you need. Be in solitude, connect with God, see nature, enjoy it for what it is. Get a little hike in, get your blood moving round and round, air going in and out a little bit. Get a little better at a skill.